What is up, you guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Armand. If you're new to this channel, I'm a Toronto-based deep and progressive house DJ and producer. This YouTube channel is full of tutorial lessons teaching beginners and intermediate DJs how to take their skills up to the next level. Sorry I haven't posted an actual DJ lesson video in quite a while. As you may know from my recent studio update, studio construction videos, I've moved to a new house, so I've been quite busy getting the house set up, but also trying to set up the studio in the basement. Lately I've been running around to different industrial areas, picking up insulation, trying to get the right type of insulation that I want to build my sound absorbing panels. I will do an update video on that soon. So big news, I had my first gig last night, first one in a nightclub since February 1 when I played for Artbat in Love Child Social House in Toronto. I actually played in Coda last night. It was my first time ever playing in Coda in Toronto. It's been a dream of mine to play there for quite a while, considering it's one of the best clubs in Canada and it's ranked in the DJ Mag Top 100 clubs. It was a bit interesting, a bit weird, playing in socially distant circumstances. All the people are sitting down at tables, spaced out, of course, because of COVID-19, but it was still exciting, still better than nothing, and it really was a dream to play in that beautiful booth in Coda. The sound in that club is just amazing. All right, so without further ado, let's jump on the decks and learn something about the technical side of adding effects into your mixes. Many of you guys have been asking for this for quite a while, and sorry it took so long, but here you go, a lesson teaching you how to use the different effects other than the filter, which everyone knows how to use, on the Pioneer series of mixers. Let's jump into it. Okay, so in case you're completely new to DJing and you've never used a Pioneer DJM before, or a Pioneer mixer, I'll show you the basics of how to actually operate the effects section first. So the first thing you want to do is see which channel you're going to be applying the effect to. So for instance, if I'm playing a song on channel 3 over here, then I need to, and I want to apply an effect to that channel, I need to have this this channel selected for the effects to apply to. So the way you do that is this selector knob down here, and you'll see when I move it up here on the screen, it's highlighted in red on 2 right now. Now it moves over to 3. The newer mixers have a little blue light down here on each channel. So all the mixers have some indicator to show you which channel you're on. You can also just apply this to the master channel, and then even if you had, say, 2 songs playing at the same time, then the effect that you apply will go on to both of those, because it's going to affect the master channel out. And so in terms of selecting the effect that you want, suppose you want reverb, you would move it up here to the one that says reverb, and then to apply the effect on, say, channel 4, say I'm playing a song over here, and so the volume fader is up. Before you can use the effect, you've got to press this on-off button and get it flashing. Once it's flashing, that means it's now live and it's armed. So when you start to open this knob, you're going to increase the amount of the effect. And so that's basically like the amount of effect sent to the channel. So as you bring it all the way up here, it would go to max. So I'll give you an example. Okay, we're on reverb. Oh, see, I've got to select the correct channel, so that back to 3. Now it works. Off, pretty simple. Or you can just take that back down. So first I'll show some of the effects that I find go better with deep house. Starting with the delay feature. You can hear when I open it, you can really hear the drums and the highs kind of repeat themselves. The echo, which I've just selected, pretty much does the same thing. So usually between the 2 of these, I just use echo. The little 2 arrows that I just pressed on one of them on the right at the top controls the timing. So I just made the echo tail go in quarter notes versus 3/4 notes. Now I've put them to half notes. You can hear how that changes the timing of the echo trail. You can combine that with some filter, either down or up. Sounds nice, right before I drop. Now we'll look at the pan feature. What the pan does is it sends the sound left and right in the stereo field. Again, you can control the timing of how fast that happens. Let's start with a little slower. Hear that shift to the left and right in your speakers or your headphones. It's not that useful of an effect, but it does get a bit interesting when you increase the timing speed. Let me make it even a little faster here. Now it goes so fast back and forth in the stereo field that it sounds like a bit of a flutter. Now we'll look at the reverb. I like to use reverb when I like to have a big sound, a big room sound. You know, it sounds like a concert hall, but I don't want the repetition of an echo trail on the drums, so like a delay or an echo. So in those instances, when I want the drums to remain kind of just on the regular programmed beats, I will use the reverb. Bring it up. As I bring that up, do you hear how that sounds kind of like a live band in a big room, in a big concert hall? It gives it a real kind of nice live space feeling. That's also good before a drop. Or generally during a breakdown, even like this one that's more chill. But this is an interesting one, the phaser. It kind of gives the song an interesting metallic kind of phase-like robotic kind of metal sound. I wouldn't use this in any heavy amount, but maybe a little bit in moderation could be cool in a deep house song. Again, right before a drop. Typically that's where I'll use these effects, is on breakdowns and right before drops during the build-ups. So let's find some techno and go with some of the other effects that are a bit more dramatic, that kind of lend themselves better to a darker sound of music. And here's the flanger effect. This one actually sounds quite similar to the phaser, I find. Again, it kind of gives it that metallic, robotic, kind of washed out sound. I think the flanger probably sounds a bit more interesting than the phaser between the two of them. And the robot. Let me change the timing on that. This effect seems to want to turn on right away no matter what you do with the knob. So that's interesting. Maybe my mixer's broken. Here's where a roll sounds a bit more interesting, to kind of create a drum roll in part of a build. In a techno track, I think this works better than in more melodic music. So you've just got to really play around with the timing here to try and find something you like and that sounds good for the particular song. You have to know what you're doing, so practice this at home, because unfortunately there's no way to preview, as far as I know. You cannot preview the effect in your headphones first. This is pretty much a live option. So here's an example of using the flanger and the filter together right before a breakdown, or a drop rather. Kind of add some intensity to things. So there you go, guys. I hope that's helpful. Remember, the name of the game here is creativity. There's no right or wrong thing. It's kind of what you think sounds good. But just remember, some of these effects can really distort the sound a lot and change up the energy level of your mix. So I think moderation is key. Don't go too crazy on them, but definitely something you can help liven up your sets with and add some personal creativity into the mix. All right, guys, hope that was useful. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, please. And stay tuned here for some studio construction updates and more DJ tutorials to come. Cheers.